Hey, what's up, everybody? Jake Hill here. We are going to take a look at the new RANE A-Trak Signature Edition mixer. So this just dropped on the 27th of July, and that's the day I'm filming this. So full disclosure, I do work for RANE. I've had this mixer for a few months, and I've been super excited to launch it today. So I'm so happy to be part of this project. But I wanted to make kind of a quick down and dirty video. This is not an official RANE video. It's a Jake video, just to go through some of the features I like of this. Mainly, let's go through the fader effects, because that's really the key point, the selling point of this mixer. Yeah, it has the custom finish, rotary knobs, custom font faces by A-Trak, and it has the custom sound curve for A-Trak, but in my opinion, the fader effects are really where it's at. So I'm going to dive in to these fader effects. First thing to note, you saw it right there. When you engage fader effects, the volume faders are locked off at 100%. So typically, DJs, a lot of scratch DJs will have them up all the way anyway. So as soon as you hit that fader effects button, they go to 100%. So work around on that. Just use your gain knob if you need to cut the volume when you're in the fader effects mode. Pretty easy. So, like I said, it's going to be down and dirty. It's not going to be a perfect video, but I'm going to show you all the fader effects in depth. So to start, to access the fader effects, there is a button right here on the top, fader effects. To scroll through the selections of fader effects, you just hold shift and hit that same button. Then you use your encoder in the middle to select your fader effect. So I'm just going to start by just reading them off. So we have filter, roll, pitch, ring. That's a ring modulator. And then the tone generators. We have sine, sawtooth, square, and triangle. So let's take it from the top, shall we? Let's start with filter. So I have filter fader effects engaged. Let me bring the volume up. And just like anything, to activate the effect, you have to use the toggle. So fader effect on. So there you go. So that is the high pass filter fader effect. And then you can also select band pass or low pass. We'll go through those so you guys can hear those. Band pass. High pass. And low pass. All right, that is the filter fader effect. Now on to the next one. We're going to look at roll. So with roll, it's pretty self-explanatory. It will grab whatever beat division you have selected in your main menu or your main screen here. So right now I'm on 1 beat. You can do 3/4, half, quarter. I mean, you can adjust it. So when I engage the paddle, it'll grab that roll. So I'm at 1 beat division, and as I drop the fader, it'll shorten that loop. And I have the high pass option engaged. So you can take that high pass option off in this menu, or you can just use the depth knob. So if I take it off, and I can even stop, stop the turntable, it doesn't matter. All right, just for fun, let's take it down to half note here. There we go. And also something to note, I'll jump in right now and tell you this. So we're on internal effects mode with the fader effects. You can jump over to software effects and you can layer them on top. So like right now it would be, let's see, we're still on the roll fader effect, but I have the software Serato DJ echo effect engaged as well. So you can layer them. So yeah, you just have to hit this middle button to get back. So there is, that is your roll. That's a cool one. I think that is like the most practical fader effect. Okay, so there is roll. Moving on. Now pitch. Pitch is pretty cool because you have options here. Pitch will just basically use this up fader to re-pitch whatever sample. It works with real vinyl too. You don't have to just use Serato DJ, but you can set the range. We have up wide, which basically means it'll pitch up as you go down the fader, or you can set it to down wide, or just straight up. And you can set the scale too. It could be a minor scale or a major scale, or just off as far as the scale progression. So we'll set it to minor, and I'll show you how this works. Okay, so we're going to go with pitch up. I'll show you what pitch up would be. Let me get to a save loop here. Turn that up. It really sounds cool if it's like a super fast, like a really shortened loop. All right, let me go. That's just up. Now here is up wide. All right, I'll take you guys down. Down wide. Let's go back to down. Let me disengage this one. And then I like using this on, like, if there's like a vocal scratch sample. That sounds really cool. That's not a vocal, hang on. I'll do yo. You can have a lot of fun with that. You can pitch whatever you want. That sounds really cool. And so I threw just a software effect on the end of that. Thing to note with this too is when you're layering your software effects on your on your hardware effects. So if I'm doing fader effects and I go over and I add in, you know, these, I can layer them just by, you know, multiple presses. But the thing to note is, as you're adjusting your fader effect with your depth knob, it adjusts the depth inside Serato too. But you can manually just go drag over, you know, the knob, the effect depth knob inside Serato, and so your echo doesn't have to be as pronounced, and you can keep your fader effect, keep your fader effect at full, and then just go dial this in Serato, not quite as full, if that makes sense. Moving on. All right. So that was pitch, which is a cool one. The next one is ring modulator, and that is a wild one. So you can set your frequency. You've got 800 hertz, 1000 hertz, 1500, 2000, 4000, and 8000. And I'll show you what it does. Adds that ring to it. You bring your scale down. Let me go into the menu here. All right, so that is 2000 hertz. Let's bring it down 800. Put a little filter on there. Sounds really gritty. 1000 hertz. $1,500. And you can decrease or increase too. So this is set to decrease. We'll go increase. Sounds really cool over a sample too as well.
Oh yeah. Yo.
All right, I'm on increase. Let's go to decrease. I think it sounds cooler. You hear it almost, it's like almost growling like a robot, an angry robot scratch sample. You hear it? It's like talking. It's like talking to you. It's like demonic or something. But anyway, it sounds cool. And you have multiple options inside that ring modulator effect. And one thing I thought was cool, how I first kind of like bumped into this. I had real vinyl on here. So I switch over to phono. All right. So I flipped it on and I was like, what is... Anyway, I thought that was kind of fun. Pretty cool. That'll be good for some performances and routines for sure. Not from me, but from like a real DJ. Okay, moving on. We're into the tone generators now. Let me cut this one. So I'm just gonna go straight through all the tones so you can hear examples of what they sound like, and then we'll just kind of play around with them. So, sine. First and foremost, any of these tone generators, you can set the note. All the notes are here, and then you can set the octave. So I'll kind of show you what that is, and then you can set the scale if it's a minor, major, or off. So we'll just go with the sine note. We're going E and the fourth octave. And then the scale will change. If it's off, it's just kind of like a... turn that down. In this mode, the depth, wet, dry really is more of a volume. So if you turn the scale off, there's no breaks for the notes. But if you turn the scale on, it does have that clean, like distinct break. Okay, and you can also, if you want, you can just play it with the paddle fader. I mean the paddle toggle for the effects. Or crossfader. or a little bit of both. I don't know if you want to do that, but you can, there's enough of a reach, you can do the paddle and your up fader. Cool. Yeah, and so just the sine, and then like I said, you can adjust the octave. This is cool. You can go like really low, like super, 1990s bass CD in your Toyota pickup sounds. Octave 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's as far as it goes. Go down to 4. That's a good one. All right, and then just so you can hear the other, we'll leave that at, let's see, what key is this beat supposed to be? I mean, it's a beat, so A flat minor. So anyway, so that's sine. Let's go over to sawtooth so you can hear that one. Just that one. Let's get that down an octave. Okay, that's a major scale, and this is the minor. Okay, cool. Sawtooth, and now here's square. And then, last but certainly not least, we have triangle. And these are cool to layer on the software effects. I really like the way they sound with like a little reverb or something like that. So let me get back over to Serato here. Let me engage this reverb. I'm just going to pop over to this laptop screen, and I'm going to turn the reverb down. And that way I can have this at like so I have the fader effects on this side with the depth 50%, and then I put the software effects on at like I don't know, we're at maybe 20% or something like that. Oh, and a cool trick too, I saw from, I learned from A-Trak actually. So this is like a 90 beats per minute loop on this side. And then if I have a scratch sample or something here, it's clocking it at 100 because that's my Serato track. Just hold shift and then hit the joystick to the left, and it brings the BPM over. So then you're matched. I mean, and that's pretty much it for the fader effects. I mean, that is all of them. You can really dive in deep to most of them and adjust the settings. Like I said, you just hold shift and hit fader effects. That's where you go in. The tone generators, you can adjust all the notes and octaves and scales. And the other tone generators, same way. And then the other effects, I went through those. So you got filter, roll, pitch, and ring modulator. Other than that, the mixer's super solid. These are 3 Mag 4 faders. The 70, I honestly have always wanted a 70. Like I have a 72 Mark II out here in the studio as well. And that thing's awesome. And I never probably would have gotten it on my own because I didn't want that big screen. But now that I got to know that big screen, I really like it. But I always wanted a 70 because I'm like a minimalist kind of dude. But there's a lot of depth in this minimalist screen too. Like you can really get into all the features and settings pretty easily, and it's really easy to navigate. So I really like it. I really like the 70 concept, but then these the fader effects and stuff like that make it really cool. I think it'd be really dope to see what DJs do with it. And these knobs are absolutely incredible and amazing. Another feature too, it's on the 70, but I've been doing a lot of like live stream, like, you know, interview type things on Zoom and StreamYard. I have it set up so I just have my laptop output coming into the session in, and that way I can cue it in my headphones. So, and then I have the mic obviously going into the mixer, and then I have that going out to my laptop, so I can hear the people on the stream and the questions, and then I can, you know, obviously talk back in the mic. So this little session in queue is amazing for live stream interview type settings. But anyway, that's it. A quick rundown. Nothing too fancy, overly produced, but those are the fader effects. Let me know if you have questions in the comments. I will monitor and answer them. Like I said, I do work for RANE, but this is not a RANE sanctioned quality video. It's just a down and dirty. I want you guys to have the info ASAP, and here it is. So let me know if you have questions in the comments. You can head over to rane.com and just purchase it right on the site. Otherwise, if you have questions, hit me up below, and I'll do my best to help you out. All right, guys. Peace.